Reaction video time. This is another. What's the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
Has ever said to you?
I'm American, but I gotta take this. Also, freshman year of college, my friends and I go up to Canada to have a fun weekend, whatever. We're partying, having fun. We don't sleep at all, right? We get to the border. I'm in the backseat, knocked, slumped out. Border Patrol knocks on the window. He's asking everyone questions. He comes to me, looks at my passport. Sir, what's your nationality? I go, Louis Barbosa. He goes, no, sir, what's your nationality? I go, Haitian, Dominican, or Puerto Rican. Choose whichever one. Everyone in the car staring at me like, bro, what are you saying right now? You're about to get us arrested. I'm like, what am I saying wrong?
Are you an American? Do you have an American passport? What nationality are you? You're an American.
All right, everyone's looking at me. So the Border Patrol tries to dumb it down for me. He goes, sir, where are you from? I go, New York City. He goes, okay, so what's your nationality? So now everyone's staring at me and I'm getting tired. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that? He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. He goes, yeah, you're American. Go right through. Yo, son, thank God we wasn't coming back from Mexico.
I'm kind of curious. What is the dumbest thing an American?
Well, I mean, I'm glad you decided to share that with us, but that is, yeah, you're an American. Just say, I'm from the USA. That's all you got to say.
American has ever said to you?
I'd like to buy this 6-pack of beer, please. Cool, I'll just need to see your ID. Here you go. I can't take that. You can't take my passport? It's not a valid form of ID.
Yes, it is.
You gotta have American ID to buy alcohol in
And a passport is a valid government ID.
America. It's an American passport. It says my birthplace is Tennessee. You gotta get an American passport to come to America. Everybody knows that. You know.
No, you can have any passport you want to come to America, just as long as it's from the nation of birth or nation where you're from.
Know that, because you have one. That's not true at all. If you're such an American, why can't you just give me your driver's license? Because my wallet got stolen. And even if I did have that, you can take a passport. Let me go ask my manager if she'll make an exception. Hi, what seems to be the problem here? Your cashier won't let me use my passport as identification to buy beer. Yeah, you gotta have an American ID to buy alcohol in America. But that's really cool, though. I've never seen a passport before. Where are you from? Here!
I'm kind of curious.
When I was flying back, taking a trip to from Las Vegas to Los Angeles, my driver's license had expired. I still had the old one, but my driver's license expired. It expired my birthday's on July 18th, and I had gotten it renewed. But in Ohio, they mail you your new driver's license, so I had to make do with my old one until then, and that got me to Las Vegas in the first place. When I was getting ready to fly out to Los Angeles, they wouldn't take the driver's license because it was expired. But I had my passport on me, and that was a valid form of government ID. So a passport is good enough.
What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
One time I was in high school, and this girl asked me what I was. I told her I'm Egyptian. My family's from Egypt. She said, no, tell me the truth. Where are you really from? I told her I'm not lying. I'm from Egypt. She said, no, you don't understand. Egypt literally doesn't exist.
What?
And I was like, no, it actually does. I go there every summer to visit my family. She's like, no, you don't get it. Egypt literally doesn't exist. The U.S. is the world. There's no other country.
So there's just one big giant ball of water, and the United States, Canada doesn't exist above us. Mexico doesn't exist below us. If you go 700 miles off the coast of South Carolina, you won't run into Bermuda. Okay.
I said, so what are they teaching us in history then? She said, oh no, those are just stories. Egypt doesn't exist.
I'm kind of curious. What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
So I actually made a video about this a good while back, but I'd say most of you haven't seen it, so I'll just say it again here, considering this is starting to catch on as a trend. So over the summer, I posted a photo of myself at the beach on my Instagram story, just, as you do. And this American replies to the Instagram story. And this is what they said. This is genuinely a word-for-word quote. This is going to sound stupid, but I dead ass didn't know you guys had beaches. So I'm sitting there reading this message thinking to myself, I live on an island. What do you think, surrounds it? But as silly as that message is, that's the message that started my series on TikTok on American people, which has ended up being by far my most successful series. So I have to be forever thankful for it.
Do they think beaches only exist in America? Good Lord.
Also, I hope you all have a great day.
Yeah, have a great day.
I'm curious, what is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
And just so you know, we're not all that stupid. Okay, there are stupid people in America. There are stupid people all over the world. But yeah, we're not all that stupid. Just so you know.
Canadian here. Right after I moved to America, I went to the Social Security office so that I could apply for a Social Security number so that I could work in America. I went up
Seems logical.
to the little kiosk and I punched in that I was applying for my very first Social Security number. And the man who was working there said, "Excuse me, ma'am, you're going to want to punch in that you're applying for a replacement card, not a new number." And I said, "No, sir, I don't have a Social Security number. I am applying for the first time." And he said, "And you're an American?" And I said, "No, sir, I actually just moved here from Canada just a couple of weeks ago." And he said this, "Ma'am, I have to say, your English is amazing."
They speak English in Canada. They speak very good English in Canada, actually. In fact, it sounds just like Americans, for the most part, except here in Montreal where they speak French.
Yeah.
And English too as well.
I'm kind of curious, what is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
Okay, so I'm Canadian, but I went to elementary and middle school in Florida. During my 7th grade geography class, my teacher was doing a presentation on pollution. She showed a bar graph showing a bunch of different countries and how much they contributed to pollution. As you may expect, US and China was way at the top. But there was a piece of the graph showing how little Canada contributed. Me being a Canadian, I had a moment of pride and said, "Woohoo, Canada." To which my teacher responded, "Yeah, but that's because there aren't any cars in Canada, sweetie."
I've been to Canada before, and in fact, I rode in a car in Canada before. I haven't driven in Canada because I was not a tourist, but they do have cars in Canada. That is true. They have taxis. They have all kinds of ways to get around in Canada. They don't just ride around on horse and sled or whatever. But they do have cars in Canada. I've seen them before.
And I said, "No, there are cars. My dad has one. We moved here in one. They have streets and highways and everything."
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Sweetie, those are sleds."
So basically, what she's saying is that in Canada, if you go up to Canada with your car, there's no highways or anything like that. You have to park your car and rent a sled. They do have summer in Canada too.
My geography teacher.
That's brilliant. That's just brilliant.
Dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
When I was younger, I worked at a hotel as a maid, and I was one day going to clean the bathroom in my sexy maid outfit, and there was a man sitting on the ground drinking the water from the bidet. Oh, he was like a dog. He's lapping it up.
Drinking from the bidet.
And so I was like, "Sir, that is a bidet. You must not drink from that."
If you don't know what a bidet is, it is not a water fountain. Oh, good God.
He goes, "No, it's very refreshing. It's a fountain." I was like, "No, sir. That's a bidet. It goes up your ass. It goes..."
It's what you sit on to clean yourself. Clean your ass. Oh, good God.
"Right up your ass." He did not believe me. He said it tasted so good.
I'm kind of curious.
Well, that's not the dumbest thing an American has ever said. That's the dumbest thing an American has ever done. But I guess he did say something stupid as well. So I take that back. He did something stupid and said something stupid. Stupid.
What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
Okay, so I'm from Indiana. I'm from the Midwest. Temporarily, though, I used to live in Los Angeles before moving out to the East Coast. So one day I was in a...
Okay, I'm sorry. You said Indiana. Is that the East Coast? I know Indiana's to the west of me, and I'm in Ohio, and I'm not the coast. But I'll go on. I haven't heard the whole thing yet, so I'm prejudging this. I shouldn't be doing that.
LA, and I was like, okay, like I want to change banks. I no longer want to be with the bank I was currently with. So I go in and I went to the teller and I was like, hey, I just want to close my account if that's okay. And they're like, yeah, no problem. And I go, perfect. They're like, can we see your ID? I said, yeah. Hand them my ID and they're like, I'm so sorry. Like, do you have a United States ID? That's just what we're gonna need to go ahead and confirm. I said, that is my Indiana ID. This is my driver's license. I'm from Indiana. And they said, no, I'm so sorry, but this is not a United States ID. Do you have any other form of ID? They're like, this says Indiana. I go, I know. Indiana is
Indiana is part of the United States of America, but California is its own little world. I've been there. I was born there, actually. Yeah. India, that should have been good enough.
me. I'm from Indiana. And he said, no, I need to see a United States ID. And I was just like, I'm sorry. What is our education system?
I'm kind of curious. What is the dumbest
That's amazing. That's, well, yeah.
thing an American has ever said to you?
So I'm Swiss and
I weep for the future.
Luxembourgish, but I went to the States for university, more specifically Los Angeles. So I have
Another LA, California, LA. Yes, please share.
so many of these because people are fucking stupid out there.
Yeah, they are.
At least every 2 weeks I'd get asked if I spoke Swedish
Except for my cousin.
because I was from Switzerland. Classic. But then
Swedish, if you're from Switzerland?
every now and then I'd just be like, fuck it, I might try and say I'm from Luxembourg. Every time I said I'm from Luxembourg, it would be, so like, where in the UK is that? Where?
Luxembourg is its own country. It's not in the UK.
Oh, no, it's not in the UK. But, okay, where in Germany? Sorry, my bad. Not in Germany. Somewhere else. I don't know where Luxembourg is. Which country is it? It is its own fucking country. I know it's small.
Yeah, I assure you people, we are not all this dumb. Okay? Luxembourg is its own country. If he says he's from Switzerland, he doesn't speak Swedish. Okay?
But we're important too, you fucking bitch.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on this. I'm not. This is not me not looking it up, but I don't even think there is a language for Switzerland. I think they speak German, Italian, and French, and some English too.
What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
So I know I'm American, but I'm going to get in on this one. I was staying at a hotel on the Strip in Vegas, and I was in the little convenience store just trying to buy a Diet Coke, and the couple in front of me that were from Australia were trying to just buy a pack of cigarettes. And after about 5 attempts, I knew the lady behind the register was never going to understand them. So I offered to them, do you want me to translate for you? And
We're translating English so somebody can understand English.
And they were like, we're speaking English. And I was like, yeah, I know that. You know that. She doesn't know that. So they were like, yeah, fine. And so I translated for them. And then after they got their cigarettes, they kind of laughed and were like, thanks. And so when I was ordering my Diet Coke, she was like, that would have been so much easier if they spoke English. And I was like, yeah, they're from Australia. They were speaking English. And she goes, they don't speak English there. And I was like, don't ask.
Oh my God. Yeah, you should have just walked away.
Don't ask. What do you think they speak there? And she goes, Australia in ish ease. The fuck?
Australia? Really, we're not all that stupid, I promise you. I know they speak English in Australia.
I'm curious. What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
First day of college, psychology class. I meet this girl called Shannon. She asks me where I'm from. I say Switzerland. She says, Sweden.
That's another one. You speak Swedish in Switzerland?
It's because you're blonde, right? Fuck it, I'm just gonna play along. Yes, Shannon. Then you can see her trying to relate, but she was probably lying because she had no clue what she was talking about. So Shannon goes, I love Europe. I was in Germany this summer, and it was so nice to see all the history. I'm like, let's call her out. What history, Shannon? I mean, with all the concentration camps and all where the Jews died. I'm like,
I'm not sure. Well, look, you seeing all the history. What do you think? When all the Jews died at the concentration camp, and you're,
Shannon, the camps are in Poland. No, but what I meant to say is that I went where Hitler was born.
Hitler was born in Austria, if I'm not mistaken.
Shannon, Hitler's Austrian. She got so mad. She goes, stop, I'm gonna jump out the window, okay? Shannon, you live on the ground floor. Let me take you to the fucking 7th floor. Do a flip.
I'm kind of curious. What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you? Here's one of mine. I remember.
How much time you got, motherfucker? I could do this shit all day. I'm going to Florida. Oh, really? Are you driving? Are you flying? I drove and it took me 17 hours. 17 hours? How many days is that? I want to visit Europe. Oh, really? What countries are you visiting? Oh, you know, the basics. No, I don't know. There's no tutorial to visiting countries. Do you mean Italy, France, Spain, Portugal? Stop it. Portugal's not in Europe.
Yes, it is. It's right to the left of. If you're looking at a map straight on, it's to the left of Spain.
It is. However, let's pull up a map. That way we know what countries you would like to visit. Okay, now looking at this map, where would you go? I would go to the Netherlands because it's next to Amsterdam.
Amsterdam is in the Netherlands.
It is the capital city of the Netherlands. We are looking at a map, god damn it!
What's a piece of information that you...
Well, this is absolutely brilliant, and I assure you, Americans are not all this dumb. We aren't all this stupid. I realize that this is what's the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you, and these are pretty dumb things, but I assure you, we're not all this stupid. Well, this was fun. Please click like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I weep for the future.